What's going on, guys? So I'm going to be making a ton of videos tonight. I'm going to be going through so many charts. So if you guys are interested in kind of knowing what your stock is doing or going or heading next, please comment down below. Give me the ticker symbol. Let's take a look at some technical analysis from a bigger time frame, because today was an absolute insane day. So we actually started off pretty decently on the day. A lot of stocks were green. It looked like we were going to come down to that yesterday's lows was going to kind of be a bottom, and we are going to bounce higher. We did initially get that bounce for the first few hours of the market open, and then as the day started to progress, we started losing levels, okay, losing significant levels. And really, the last hour of the day was by far the worst hour that I have seen in a very, very, very long time. And why it was so significant is because there was a specific level below 369 on the Nasdaq 100 on the triple Qs. Okay, that level was going to be the 200-day moving average. So what I was under the assumption is that we were going to get pulled if the market could not hold the rally today. We were going to get pulled into that 200-day moving average and have a nice seamless bounce off of that to end today's session. And then maybe that potentially could be the start of a short-term bottom where we could start to get these bounces on a lot of stocks going forward. That was absolutely wrong. The bears completely steamrolled the bulls through the 200-day moving average into the close, and currently after hours are selling off even more. So what we're going to do is take a look at Nvidia here. I have the daily time frame pulled up. This green line across my screen here, 237.61, is currently where we are being traded in the after hours. So not only did we close at 241.50, we are actually trading at 238.10 in the after hours session. So let me calm down. Let me take a step back. This is very, very significant. The level that the triple Qs and Nasdaq 100 lost on the daily time frame is significant. First close below the 200-day moving average in over a year. Okay, we're talking about going all the way back to March 2020 COVID sell-off. First time that we've closed below the 200-day moving average. Now, there's always an upside, okay? There's always a little bit of hope. So the little bit of hope that we have is on the triple Qs, on the Nasdaq 100. If you guys pull up that time frame, you pull up that chart on the weekly time frame, you're going to see that around 357, 358, there's going to be a weekly 50-day moving average that needs to hold, okay? We are going to come down to 357, 358 on the triple Qs. However, what happens when we get there is to be determined, okay? If the bulls cannot defend that 50-day moving average, that is going to break a almost 2-year long uptrend on the Nasdaq 100. What that could mean is these earnings, if you guys paying attention to earnings, look at what they just did to Netflix. Absolutely destroyed Netflix, almost 100 points after the bell, almost 100 points. Now, if we cannot defend that 50-day moving average, and we start to lose the 50-day moving average, and they continue to sell the earnings on these mega cap and high growth tech stocks, you are going to see rapidly a 5 to 10% added correction on the overall markets. So what that means is currently right now, we're in a pullback of around 10 to 11%. If we start to build below this 200-day moving average, are we going to get a bounce? Yes. Should we get excited about this bounce? Not yet. Just due to the fact that being under the 200-day moving average is going to tell us that any sort of bounce is going to get faded, and if we lose prior day's low, can go lower. With that being said, we're going to take a look at Nvidia's daily chart here. So we are currently closed at the 150-day moving average. Currently in the after hour session, we're at 237.61, 237.55 right now. That is below the 150-day moving average. What we are looking for into tomorrow, whether you're a scalper or a day trader, is if we start to lose this 237.61, which this is so crazy to even talk about it. Nvidia is down 100 points since November. Next areas of support, 229.96. That is going to be the 200-day exponential moving average on Nvidia. Below that, the next floor is $219, and that is going to be the 200-day simple moving average. If you're a long-term investor, You might want to think about averaging down and adding to your position at around 219 to 229. If you're looking to start a position in your portfolio going long, 219 to 229, those are going to be the two areas I would tell you to load. I would definitely not tell you to load here, because if we do get any sort of spring back and you get a nice bounce, you could potentially get stuffed into that 250, 257 area and then continue to roll down to 229, 219. Below 219, things will get very, very heavy on the video. There's really no floor. Now, I don't think that the stock market is going to zero. I don't think that we're going to crash all the way back down to nothing. I think that we could very well be into a correction here, but also as everyone starts to get more fearful, and as we come down into these levels, we have to watch for shorts getting trapped down here below the 200-day moving average on the triple Qs. If we do come into that 50 moving average on the NASDAQ 100 at 357-ish, and we get a nice bounce, you can then start to see stocks snap back within a week. And now I'm not talking about going back to all-time highs, but they could definitely snap back 10, 20% in a matter of a week. And you don't want to get trapped, because that could send everything into a mega short squeeze across the board on a lot of tech stocks. So right now, the way that we need to play it is day trade only, stay cash at the end of the session, because we don't know if we're going to get mega gap up. We don't know if we're going to get mega selling down. So we don't really want to be holding positions overnight when we don't really know how the market is going to react on a day-to-day basis. All we can really do is take advantage of the levels that are given to us. As I'm currently watching the NASDAQ futures continue to sell off here, down 337 points. It's just really, really insane. Nvidia coming down lower, 237, 236 now is where we're at. So I need to update this trend line. 236. We are only stepping stones away from this 230, 200-day exponential moving average here. So wow, such a crazy time to be a part of the markets here. As stocks continue to fall, here's what we really need to keep an eye on as we get into the rest of these earnings seasons. If these stocks continue to be sold off, just the way that Netflix is being sold off, you will see this market go into a bear correction territory, meaning that we could see the NASDAQ 100 under 357 start to free fall at insane levels. The only thing I want to look at here on Netflix, I can possibly see us coming down to 296 and that being the bottom. Let's fill this gap here, this gap that we have going all the way back to October. We do have a gap here from 233 up to around 239. I think that this gap gets filled down here into the 200 moving 200 EMA, and this is the level that I think we're going to get down to before we start to see any sort of significant bounce. So if you're looking to add to a position around 229, 228. Let's see how we hold at that area. If we lose that area, just cut your position. If you're looking to short, what we want to do is get a flush through today's after hours session lows, currently on Nvda at 236. So we are dropping even more as I'm recording this video. I hope that helps, guys. Please do me a favor, subscribe to my channel, join my Discord. That link is down in the description box below. Also, I will see you guys all in the next video.